Hello and welcome to Clipping In. It's Sunday the 13th of October and today Lancashire Panopticon series number 4, Colourfields. Into the unknown today. I think the ride is going to be 85 to 90 miles if I don't go off course. I'm just taking a fairly plain out and back route based on the route that I took to Haslingden for the Halo 2 weeks ago. So I'm presently climbing from Todmorden, Gawksholme, up and over to Bacup, then it'll be Haslingden, and then some new ground. Final pull up there on the left takes us to the top, near the Flower Scar Wind Farms. It was 3 Celsius this morning when it was setting off time, 8 o'clock. I've treated myself to some gloves today, not the super thick ones, but I've also gone handheld on the GoPro so that I can see the buttons. Aye aye. That's what you get for talking to cameras. So now we're almost on the Lancashire border. You can see the sign there, and it's going to be a swoop down into Bacup. So I'm dragging up into the main street of Haslingden. The Halo will be up on a hillside to my right. I just caught a glimpse of the wire frame earlier on, but couldn't get the camera ready. Landscape's opening out now. I passed through Haslingden. I turned down the delights of another trip to the Halo, and I picked what used to be an A category road to Oswald Twistle and southern Blackburn. I looked on a paper OS map from 1988 and this had an A category, but now with the M65 in full swing it's been downgraded to a B category road, so I'm hoping it'll be nice and quiet, quietish. I'm wondering if that's Blackburn ahead. And those hills behind that rise up, that'll be the north side of Blackburn, where the Colourfields Panopticon will be located. Very interesting. It looks quite a big place. So I'm trying to navigate the south side of Blackburn. So far I've been following signs for Ewood Park football ground. You see there's a brown one there. I'll be turning right at this junction. Ewood Park, Blackburn Rovers, Corporation Park, Blackburn, and I hope just over there maybe is what we've been looking for. Can we see that sign? Panopticon. So from what I can gather, you might see some very faint coloured stripes on here. This might be the Colourfields. The original site dates to the 1850s, and there's supposedly there was a couple of Russian cannon captured after the Crimean War, and they were placed here because if you look at it, it has that gun emplacement look. But really, what it needs. I think there's a stunning view looking that way, back over town, but these trees are in the way. They need to lock these, or it's not a Panopticon, is it? Can you see my Trustpilot reviews writing itself now? I cycled all the way from West Yorkshire. Interesting. Well, so having visited the four, I think the singing ringing tree is the winner. That is definitely a multi-sensory experience. So I'm back in the outskirts of Blackburn again. I was surprised what a climb it was from Ewood Park and the river up to the site of the Panopticon. I passed a big academy, I think it was called Witton Park. That was maybe 10%, quite long as well. Just passed through a place called Guide, which seems appropriate, and flying over Trunk Road, heading into hill country, which is always a good sign. So I crossed something called Britannia Roundabout. It's interesting when roundabouts have names. And now I'm on Haslingden Old Road, crossing the moors back to Haslingden. You know, longer term viewers might remember about a year ago the trains stranded me in Preston, and I had an unexpected, unplanned ride home from Preston. I didn't make a bad job of it, but once I got to the sort of Blackburn, Darwin area, I became fixated on Burnley. I thought if I can get to Burnley, I can get home no matter what. And from Guide, where I just passed through, I went to a place called Church, outskirts of Accrington, Paddy and Burnley, that way. On reflection, this way to Haslingden would have been better. It would have been quieter, less traffic, a bit more scenic. But at the time, Haslingden, well, might as well have been Vienna. It meant nothing to me. I'm dropping in towards Haslingden, but in front, not the highest hill, just pan to the right of it and just vanishing behind the trees. I'll try and put an asterisk there. We got a glimpse of the halo. I think we've lost it now. Yep, the trees have taken it. Long pull out of Bacup, Sharneyford, almost completed. Rather faded sign there on the left saying welcome to Calderdale, and our old friend from this morning, and goodbye to Lancashire. After last week's episode with the cancelled train and potentially £12 lost, it really makes me appreciate the freedom and the independence of a bike. You know, being able to say, right, okay, 80, 81 miles, whatever, let's go to Blackburn. And whilst this route was very direct, I could have prettified it for the sake of another 10 miles or so. When I do it again as part of a continuous loop of all four Panopticon, I get a little bit more inventive and push it out to 110, 115 miles. I think that'd be a great challenge, maybe next spring. Also, compared to the trains, this trip hasn't cost anything. Just the cost of owning and maintaining a bike. I didn't even go to a cafe, so it's bargain basement stuff. Mind you, I didn't go to any cafes because I'm not sure what currency they use in Blackburn. They might have their own banknotes. Alan Shearer on a £5 note, Alfred Wainwright on the 10. I'm not sure who's on the 20. If you know, tell me in the comments. I think the Panopticon series has been great for this early autumn, even if the rides in most cases have been better than the Panopticon sites themselves. It's just gives you that little nudge to explore somewhere new, and that's wonderful. For this edition of Clipping In, that's all. Goodbye for now. See you soon, back out on the Yorkshire roads. Bye bye.